Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Blepnir, and today I wanted to show you guys my battles that allowed me to hit legend and climb the leaderboards from all the way down in the lower 2700s. So this was a 350 point climb uh, with a team that is very fun to use. I think I'm a big fan of the Shadow Dragonite lead. I love Shadow Dragonite lead in pretty much any league. It just does so much fast move damage, and it has very quick charging charge moves that deal a lot of damage. And because of that combined pressure, it's able to win lead as long as you're willing to give it shields. On the safe swap, we have Jellicent with Hex, Surf, and Shadow Ball. And we usually safe swap this. Sometimes we safe swap the Quagsire. The Quagsire in the back is quite bulky. It's a regular Quagsire, not a Shadow Quagsire. And I found that the extra bulk helped to make up for the Shadow Dragonite's lack of bulk. And the name of the game here is to either win lead or to safe swap in the Jellicent. But we want to win lead even if it means going down shields. So that means that we can get proper alignment in the back. In general, I found very few people running grass in the back for whatever reason. And I found a lot of people very weak to ground in the back. And so that's why we're safe swapping the Jellicent. That's why we keep our ground type in the back. So let's see how this team does. Had some really fun battles here. First off, we have Darkness Defiant. We have a really bad lead. The Steelix lead is very bad for the Dragonite. However, we have two answers to it in the back. And we can beat this pretty consistently with the Jellicent. They do switch out. And so here, they actually get to the charge move one turn before me, but they didn't throw it, which is very good for me because I can bait, and they're scared of getting Shadow Balled, so they're going to shield the bait. I no shield this. I call this as a Poison Fang. I was hard calling that they would throw the Poison Fang there, and that actually allows me to flip switch here. You see they throw the Shadow Ball there because they know that the Poison Fang wouldn't take me out. And luckily I do shield it. Maybe they're thinking that I would no shield everything, but no, I do want to keep switch here. And I just barely managed to maintain switch. You see how close that was? Luckily, this is quite good for me. I have a shield advantage. They just quit out the match. And so that's just showing how deadly the Jellicent can be with a little bit of extra energy on the safe swap, taking both shields and flipping switch. So this is a great lead for me because I outpaced them to the Stone Edge. They always bait here, right? So I know this is a bait, but number one, the Jellicent can take this pretty much as well as the Dragonite can anyway. And number two, we just can't take the risk. If they do throw the Stone Edge on the Dragonite, they take it out, and we need that Dragonite. And this is horrible alignment, and we've actually been seeing a lot of Mandabuzzes. So I am thinking here that I'm in a very bad spot because Mandabuzz is so bulky and it's going to get the best farm down ever here. It's just going to farm me down. They're going to be so healthy even after these two surfs. And the Dragonite basically goes down to a single Dark Pulse from a Mandabuzz. So we are going to have to give shields no matter what. We actually throw the superpower here very stupidly because the superpower doesn't take them out. I'm probably actually going to let this go at this point because it's so low. We're going to mud shot down. And they immediately go into the Golbat. So we're still in trouble. We are going to bait. We don't mind baiting here because we know that them shielding two baits is my win con. We shield the Shadow Balls. And because they're going to shield this bait, we're going to outpace here. Yeah, we're pretty certain that they're going to shield. They don't want to just throw away this game, right, by letting through a Stone Edge. So that's why we bait, is because we're sure they're going to shield here. And we can go for the Stone Edge. The Stone Edge doesn't quite take them out, but it puts them into Mud Shot downrange. And you're going to see here that the Quagsire is actually going to do a great job sweeping in the back. This isn't quite going to take them out. And then they come back in with the Mandabuzz, but we live this. They're quite low on their Quagsire, right? Yeah, so I actually farmed them down there. And they're low enough here that I can take them out with a Mud Bomb. So we had horrible alignment, but the fact that it's Shadow kind of bites it in the ass there, right? Because a regular Quagsire would take that easily. But that is a good game. Very close game, but I was proud of that win because I just didn't have alignment. the whole game basically. And so here I catch the move because obviously the Quagsire is going to take the Night Slash way better than the Shadow Dragonite. The Shadow Dragonite would basically die to that Night Slash. They come in with their own Shadow Dragonite, and we are going to definitely bait here because just like me, they are also going to be too scared to no shield this. They're definitely going to shield. They don't want to let their Dragonite go down, and that means they can get 2 shields. They're going to get a really good farm down here. But I have a shield advantage. I am going to eventually lose the shield advantage, right? No matter where I go into, they're going to get to 2 Dragon Claws. And I CMP tie. I should not have CMP tied here because they still had quite a ways to go before they got to their second Dragon Claw. So we're going to undercharge. And then we simultaneously swap. And so they actually quit out. They quit out here. Oh wait, no, never mind. They don't quit out here. That's a different game. But we overfarm here. We overfarm a lot. And they have a Quagsire in the back. And from here we can actually just sweep with the Dragonite, you're gonna see, because they're gonna not make they didn't farm up enough. They needed to farm up 2 more. I believe they could have farmed up 2 more. And then they could outpace me to the Stone Edge. This is actually just going to be a Mud Bomb. And we're looking quite good now, right? Because they just threw the Mud Bomb. And now we just Dragon Breath down. So they needed to go up to the Stone Edge. I guess that they were unconfident that they'd get to the Stone Edge there. But that is a good game. Yeah, so this is one of the tougher leads for this team. But it's actually really good to see in the lead. And we've been seeing them a lot in the lead. It's good to take care of this here because you can consistently get this very low with Dragon Claws and with these Dragon Breaths. And you see here, this is a pretty bulky Cresselia, so we're not going to be able to farm it down. With some of the more fragile Cresselias, you can actually farm down after the first Dragon Claw. But here we just catch the Moonblast onto our own Jellicent. And they actually come in with their own Jellicent. We're going to throw the big move here. No need to bait yet. We are luckily taking very little fast move pressure from this bubble. And here I actually CMP tie them. And so I knew that they'd throw here. Maybe not the smartest idea to CMP tie. I was hoping they would fully send that Shadow Ball. And they really smartly actually undercharge so they can get a nice farm down. But here, I will be able to take them out with the Dragon Claw, right? The Dragon Claw will be enough to take them out. I'm making this executive decision under the assumption it will be, and it's not. So I made a mistake here. I was so sure that I'd take them out, but they're going to full send the Shadow Ball, and this is not looking great. It's going to be Quagsire versus the world, and oh man, I thought that I was a goner here, because this is the worst possible situation, right? Quagsire, all alone, and there's something that has incredible fast move pressure in the back. This is some of the most fast move pressure in the game. Actually, well, it's regular, right? It's not Shadow. So this is a little bit better for me. The fact that it's not Shadow means that we have a chance here. I thought this was a Shadow one, but no, because it's not Shadow, this is actually our win con, because the Mud Bomb is going to take them out. And they're so low with their back 2 Pokemon that we're going to fully Mud Shot farm down here. Yeah, we Mud Shot down the Jellicent, and now we Mud Shot down the Cresselia. Actually, no, we get to the we get to the Mud Bomb here. That's right. So I was thinking that I'd have to Mud Shot down, but luckily we get to the Mud Bomb. Otherwise, we would have just taken. We would have gotten Psycho Cut down. We probably would have tied. So this is a great lead again, right? Is the Quagsire. They immediately go into Lickitung. We have to stay in here. This is a huge core breaker to our team. But it's good to see this here. We do have to give up shields. That's the thing, is we have to give up shields. They don't have to give up shields. I'm not even throwing the superpower. I should have gone up to the superpower, but we just wanted to put on some pressure fast. We actually catch. And so the thing is that we are still going to throw our Surf. We're unconfident about them fully farming them down. We might have been able to farm down there, but they were getting pretty close to their Power Whip. Yeah, maybe in the future I could try and farm down. In fact, I think in the future I have just successfully farmed down the Lickitung, but it's IV dependent. It's dependent on how bulky they are. and that one looked pretty close. Okay, so now we have the secondary matchup here. We have the Quagsire, and this is looking okay. I stupidly let them throw here, and that was not a good decision. I should have thrown the Surf, but they go into Charizard, and we are just going to bait. We just straight up bait here. No reason to throw the big move. We know that they're going to shield. Even the bait is going to do, like, the resisted Mud Bomb still does like 50% of their health. It does crazy damage. And so they're not going to take the risk. We're going to bait again. And they're not going to let this go. They're not going to let this go because they're too scared. And also, I still have a lot of Dragon Breath that I could threaten them with. So, yeah, so I still have the move here. I think that I just farmed down the world here. Yeah, I farmed that down. I was hoping that I would just take them out with the Dragon Claw, but actually it was really good to get that farm. So yeah, I thought the Dragon Claw would take them out, but the fact that I got a little more Dragon Breath farm there actually let me beat the Quagsire to the move. Otherwise, I would have lost that. Okay, so this is the most challenging lead you can see pretty much. Because Sandslash has a good matchup versus both Jellicent and Dragonite. It has a poor matchup with the Quagsire. So that's why we're keeping the Quagsire in the back. We're hoping to get the Quagsire aligned to this in the back. And they're not switching out. So yeah, the play is to try and catch one of the opponent's ice punches, which we successfully did, and then we took a drill run, and we're still quite healthy. They come into a Surf Etched. We're gonna throw the bait. This is kind of a dumb bait because yeah, they just let that go, and that was a huge mistake because I could have thrown the Shadow Ball. I could have just taken them out there. But we're gonna get some nice farm. Yeah, we farm down there, and it's really good to set up the Surf Etch for a good farm down. We just catch here because we figure they're going to throw the Ice Punch. Ice Punch doesn't do that much to the Quagsire. And now we have a very healthy Dragonite. This should be fine for me because I think I outpaced to double, don't I? Because I'm on my 4 cycle here. I get there right here, and they are going to no-shield this. Yeah. And they're going to not get to double cross chop here. I think that they're so close to getting to the double cross chop, they don't quite get there. Maybe they should have tried to get to the double cross chop. But luckily, I would have never no shielded there because the cross chop basically takes me out. So definitely just go for the cross chop instead of the rock slide, I would say. Okay, so here I'm actually going to shield the Poison Fang instead of catching it. Sometimes I catch it. That time I decided to shield. You see there, I throw the Dragon Breath before throwing the Dragon Claw, so good move timing. I will be able to catch the next Poison Fang here. Yeah, because I know they're going to go for the Poison Fang. Otherwise, they just get farmed down. So we see a double, and this is quite bad. This is looking like just a like bad alignment situation because we don't want the double to be on the Jellicent. Double has such a powerful matchup here, and they actually farmed up a lot. They go for the Wild Charge, and that means that they have double Wild Charge. They have another Wild Charge for my Dragonite. This is quite bad. They're probably just going to go for the Body Slam too. But we're going to go into the Quagsire. They're going to shield this. I did horrible move timing here. I could have done 2 more Dragon Breaths. You can see that they got through a full double kick, which really costs me. I do go into the Quagsire. They stay in. And then they go into their Whiscash. And now I'm in a very difficult spot. They're gonna go for the Blizzard. The Blizzard doesn't quite take me out, I think. I have to get off a bunch of these Mud Bombs. Okay. We CMP tie. Okay, and this is one of the amazing things about Quagsire is that it wins CMP over Whiscash in most IV spreads. Most stat spreads, PvP stat spreads, the Whiscash loses, and that's one of the reasons why Quagsire is a little bit stronger than Whiscash. And then it's just game over. Yeah, we can just Dragon Breath down the Golbat. And so here's another really tough lead for us. Luckily, we have a great backline, and so this is not good. They had a really strong answer to our lead. They had a really strong answer to our safe swap, and in general, these are the games that are going to be kind of a a pain in the ass to win. But this safe swap, okay, especially if they go for Power Punch, this safe swap is not safe for them. So they just gave me a win con here. I think I'm actually going to try and win this now. I'm going to shield, and I can actually, believe it or not, farm down with hexes. They're going to shield, and then I have to shield again, and then I farm down, and I'm going to have a lot of energy. So not only am I winning the switch, which is what I really want to do to align the carbing to the Quagsire, not only am I doing that, I get so much energy here. Insane amount of energy. And I actually bait. I'm really confident that they're going to shield this. And they do shield it. And that means I can get to the Shadow Ball. If I went straight Shadow Ball, then they would have outpaced me to the Grass Knot. And suddenly the things are looking quite good here. I catch the Grass Knot, and this is looking kind of amazing. We do lose alignment, but they actually just go into the carving. They farmed up a lot, so they're trying to close with the Cresselia. And they simply cannot do that because I can farm up to double on my Quagsire. I survived 2 Moonblasts here. It's actually not a pretty survive, but remember, I have a ton of energy on the Jellicent as well. So basically, I need to get to 2 moves. I need to get to double moves. I'm going to let this go. They're still switch locked in, so I just farm down. Okay, I have 2 moves. I have 2 moves now. I have the Surf for the Carbink. I have the Mud Bomb for the Cresselia. And that's why I win, because I had the move. They're never going to get off their Grass Knot. Even though they stored up a Grass Knot there, they're never going to get it off if I have a move, because I win CMP with all of my Pokemon against the Cresselia. And so here we're just showing, I don't know if you saw in the beginning, but I believe my starting low was 2733. And then we're going to see what my ending elo is here. We press OK. Nice Phantom, buddy. Only Phantoms. We're gonna get up to 3072. So that's a huge climb. That's a 20-point climb for a 3-2. And really exciting battles with this team. It's kind of a boring team, it's very basic. But the Shadow Dragonite is like a really powerful lead that people aren't expecting, and it has kind of a skill gap to it because you have to time out your Dragon Breaths exactly right. But if you're able to do that, then it's a far stronger lead than anything else in the meta right now. So I say either lead the Shadow Dragonite or lead a counter to Shadow Dragonite, because there's really no reason not to use it in the lead now. It's so good at forcing the lead in this meta. So guys, if you like that video, if you're going to try out this Shadow Dragonite team, then leave a comment down below. Leave a like. Please share if you want more videos like this. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.